I would like to welcome our moderator, Professor Pradip Sir, and all my dear students for the today's moderator session. Okay, so this session would be regarding maths 2 only. Okay, today we are going to discuss paper 2, that is statistics. Maths will be on Sunday. Fine. Yeah, we are with Sir Professor Pradip Sir. Okay, I'm handing this mic to the Professor Pradip Sir. Please guide us.
Good evening, one and all. So today we are going to discuss mathematics and statistics part 2 for 12th standard board examination. As you know, your paper is on 22nd Feb 2025. Now, if you count the number of days, how many days are remaining? Approximately 41 days are remaining. So you have to plan or you have to work out, not only for mathematics, BK, OC, economics, how many chapters are there and how many days are remaining, so that you can plan it carefully to perform well or to get good marks in board examination. Today we are going to discuss paper pattern, chapter wise distribution of marks, time management, how to score good marks in boards, important tips and tricks, and the paper pattern, which is for practical examination. As you know, mathematics is for 100 marks, 80 marks theory examination and 20 marks practical examination. So first we'll discuss theory examination, that is for 80 marks. Now on 22nd Feb, whenever you will get the question paper, at that time all the instructions will be printed on the question paper like this. The very first instruction is all questions are compulsory. So keeping in mind, there are 6 questions, 3 based on maths 1 and 3 based on maths 2. Okay. Now today we'll discuss only maths 2. There are 6 questions divided into 2 sections. You are going to write the answers of section 1 and section 2 in the same answer book. There will be 28 pages or 32 pages answer paper, and that much is enough to write answers of 50 questions. In maths 1, 25 questions, in maths 2, 25 questions. The next instruction will be as use of logarithmic tables is allowed. But as far as maths 1 or maths 2 is concerned, logarithmic table is not required. You can do the calculation at your own. Some calculations you can do orally. So I think log table is also not required, but you can use. Use of calculator is not allowed. For LPP and time series, graph paper is not necessary. Only rough sketch of graph is expected. You can draw the graph in the main answer paper only. No need to use the graph paper.
So in case of LPP, students don't have to they don't have to demand graph sheets, right?
Yeah.
They have to draw graph on ruled pages.
Yes. Perfect. Yes.
In main answer they have to draw this graph. Is a rough case expected actually.
Yes.
And secondly, use of logarithm, sir said ki if you wish to use, you have to demand it. You don't have to carry from your home. Okay.
Right.
Logbook will be provided by invigilator only. You don't have to carry with you. It will be treated as a copy in that case. Fine, sir.
Yes. Now, as far as MCQs are concerned, you are going to write the answers of MCQs along with the alphabet and the correct answer. For example, question number 1 or question number 4, because question number 1, 2, 3 based on maths 1 and question number 4, 5, 6 are based on maths 2. So if your answer is like B log x, then you have to write B log x. Don't write only B or don't write only log x. You have to write B log x. Otherwise the credit may or may not be given. So better you write the alphabet along with the answer. As far as MCQs, write the proper question number, like question number 4, A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then write the answer along with the alphabet, like B minus 1, C 1 upon x square, like this only. No need to write the MCQ. You are going to write the proper question number, alphabet and the answer with that alphabet.
So there is a query from students. They are asking where we supposed to do rough work. Please guide them about this.
Yeah, sure. You can do the rough work on the last page, that is on page number 28. Rough work can be done on the page number 28 or last page or previous last page. Don't do anything on the regular papers like page number 3, 4. Don't do the calculation on that. Even if you use some part of that, so you can use pencil and later on you can rough it. But on the last page you can do your calculation using pen. No need to rough. You can just draw the diagonal line to cancel whatever rough work is done or made by you. The next is question 4b will contain 3 true or false questions. For true or false questions, no need to write the question. You only write question number 4b or question number 1b, 1, 2, 3 and write whether it is true or whether it is false. And keeping in mind, only first attempt will be considered for question number 1 as well as question number 4. I repeat, only first attempt will be considered for question number 1 as well as question number 4. So if you perform multiple ways, answer in multiple ways as far as the objective type of questions is concerned, credit will be given only first attempt.
So students are asking in case of true or false and in case of fill-ups, do we have to rewrite entire statement or just true or false is sufficient?
Yeah, true or false is sufficient. True or false is sufficient. But as far as fill in the blanks type of questions is concerned, you can write the entire statement and write that word, whatever the fill in the blanks, and underline that. Or even if you write the answer for fill in the blanks, and that is enough. No need to write the entire question. Neither for MCQs nor for true or false and for also fill in the blanks questions. You only write proper question number and the answer.
So one more question. They are asking do we have to show entire solution in case of objectives or not, or just to write question and its answer correct alphabet, true or false, and fill up?
Write only question and the required answer. Like for multiple choice type of questions, write alphabet and along with the answer. No need to show the calculation. Also for question number 4b, write it is true or false. Only write the word whether it is true or false. No need to write the entire statement. Also for fill in the blanks, you can write the answer. No need to write the question and no need to show the rough work.
Yeah, one more query is there what if we cancel first answer and write it again? It will be considered?
See, but that will be considered, but don't take the risk. If you are not very much sure in the beginning, write your answer using pencil. I am talking about if you are not sure. Write the answer using pencil and later on in the last 20 minutes, you can confirm your answer using pen. But do not write the answer in multiple ways or do not write and cancel the answer. Don't do that. To avoid it.
Next, now question number 5 and 6 are totally practical questions.
Yes.
Here we supposed to mention entire solution. Okay, sir will put light on this. Sir, please.
Yes, sir. Yeah, question number 5 and 6 are descriptive type of questions, both based on maths 2 or part 2. Question number 5a contains 3 questions. Attempt any 2 out of 3. 3 marks each. And question 5b contains 3 questions. Again, attempt any 2 out of 3, 4 marks each. In our maths question paper, there is no 2 marks question. Only 1 mark, 3 marks and 4 mark questions are there. Question number 6a is again attempt any 2 out of 3, 3 marks each. Question number 6b, attempt any 1 out of 2. 2 questions will be asked, 4 marks each. You have to solve any 1. And question number 6c is activity based question based on the activity. Activity based question is what some clues are there. Only you have to write whatever the fill in the blanks, whatever the remaining words are there in the boxes provided. But you have to write the entire solution for question number 3 as well as question number 4. That is question number 3c and question number 6c. Activity based question, you have to write the entire solution. But whatever the required answer is asked or expected, that you have to write in box.
Perfect. As sir rightly said, we can elaborate activity based questions. We can enlarge the solution. Okay. But whatever the blanks they are given in the question paper, that we are supposed to highlight. Either you can double underline it or you can box it. Either of the things, since the moderator or the examiner will just check those boxes, he or she is not going to read entire solution. Understood, students? Yeah, and in case of LPB, students are asking, sir, do we have to go for actual centimeter scale or roughly 1, 2, 3 we can plot on the real number line?
Yeah, yeah. Rough work is also fine. But see, it depends upon the inequalities. For example, if the like numbers or the difference is 2 or difference is 5. For example, if the difference is 5, then you can write 5, 10, 15, 20. Or if the difference is 10, then you can write 10, 20. And don't forget to write the scale on x-axis as well as y-axis. We will discuss about LPP during the another session. Yeah. Now, let us see the chapter-wise distribution of marks. First chapter is commission, brokerage and discount. As far as this chapter is concerned, the weightage is 6 marks. And discount part, if you go through previous year's question papers, the discount part is compulsory. That means they ask in most of the questions, in most of the exams, the question were asked based on discount. So 6 marks weightage is there for first chapter. But they can ask like one question on discount for 3 marks, or maybe one question on brokerage 3 marks and one question on discount 3 marks, or maybe 4 marks one question on discount, one MCQ or true or false or fill in the blanks question and commission, and one on brokerage.
Sir, if student asks which exercise is compulsory in first chapter, that is commission, brokerage and discount, what you can say on this?
Yeah. So the exercise based on discount, that is the compulsory one.
Every year they ask one question based on this,
Right. Now next is insurance and annuity. If you go through previous year's question papers, most of the times they ask question based on annuity. So maybe one question based on insurance, one question based on annuity, or one descriptive type of question, that is 4 marks on annuity, and maybe one MCQ, one true or false, or one fill in the blanks question.
In case of insurance and annuity, in past it is been observed that maximum questions are based on annuity they had asked.
Right.
So what students supposed to do? They have supposed to focus more on annuity,
Yes.
or they supposed to skip insurance, or they have to learn insurance as well? What are the predictions?
Yeah. See, if they want to score 80 out of 80 marks, and if the question is asked in MCQs or objective type of question is asked based on insurance, then they may lose their marks. So they have to focus more on annuity, and they can reduce they can a little bit focus on the insurance chapter. But both are compulsory, but focus more on the chapter or the topic annuity.
Sir, but in this case, what is students' opinion? As this is the only chapter which carry least mark, 4 marks. So mainly student try to ignore this chapter कि 4 marks से पहले क्या होगा अपना. So rather they try to focus on the other chapters. As you correctly said कि if question is based on same chapter and it is being asked in the objectives, so either you may lose complete marks or you may gain complete marks. This is the main case. Fine. We'll go on the next chapter, that is linear regression.
Yes. And if the students are so lucky, then they may guess, or whatever the basics they have studied, or according to previous exams, unit test or terminal, if they come across same kind of question, and if the same question is asked based on the chapter insurance, then they may not score marks if the question is asked based on objective type. But of course it depends upon their luck. Now the next chapter is linear regression. As far as linear regression is concerned, as I said, if you prepare or if you go through the previous year's board question papers, then you can find the question based on BYX, BXY or X bar, Y bar is in most of the exams the question is asked. So prepare that one. And suppose if R square can be negative, in that case BYX and BXY both are negative, then you have to write the reason that both BXY and BYX are negative, so R is negative. So if you don't want to lose a single mark, then you must have to take care of all those things.
Yeah, in previous chapter, that is second, we had discussion insurance and annuity. In annuity, that 1.1 raised to any index or any decimal raised to given index, they will provide in the question at the bottom. Okay.
Right.
You don't have to compute it in the exam. They will give in the exam if it is negative index for annuity due type, or if it is positive index in case of immediate annuity, they will give index value. Don't have to calculate in the exam. Okay. And in all these chapters we are going to elaborate in the further slides. We don't worry about that. We'll take one by one everything. Now time series, sir.
Yeah. As far as time series is concerned, prepare the questions based on like 3 yearly moving average, 4 yearly moving average, 5 yearly moving average. You practice properly because in time series chapter, time series and index numbers, as far as the previous year experience is concerned, most of the students they ignore time series and index number. See, based on method of measures of secular trends, graphical method is there, method of moving average, 3 yearly, 4 yearly and 5 yearly. So prepare 3 yearly, 4 yearly and 5 yearly moving average examples based on this chapter. Also method of least square, that is also very important. As far as 3 yearly moving average is concerned, the first total should be x1 plus x2 plus x3 and write it against x2. Second total should be x2 plus x3 plus x4 and write in front of x3. Step 2, find 3 yearly moving average by dividing the total by 3. Similarly, for 5 yearly or any odd number. But as far as even number, that is 4 yearly moving average, the step 1 is find 4 yearly moving total using the first total will be x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 and write it in between x2 and x3. Second total will be x2 plus x3 plus x4 plus x5 and write it in between x3 and x4. And similarly, in step 2, divide the total by 4 to get 4 yearly moving average. Also, another method is there, which is 4 yearly centered moving average. So see the difference, distinguish between this 3 yearly moving average, 4 yearly moving average, and especially 4 yearly moving average and 4 yearly centered moving average. For 4 yearly centered moving average, step 1 is find 4 yearly moving average by above method. Find second unit total successively and write it in between them. Then step 3, find 4 yearly centered moving average by dividing each by 2. And then next is method of least squares. So you prepare all these types of problems, and this type of problems will be asked if you go through the previous year's question papers.
One common doubt every time student ask in the classroom while teaching, in the third method, that is least square method, do we have to prepare trend value column at the end? Is it necessary, or they will mention in the question key we have to prepare that column?
They will mention, but in most of the time, see, there are two types of questions. If it is draw trend line, then you have to draw the line by using graphically. So, but you don't take the risk. If you feel if it is expected according to you, then you write. Because if it is asked, if the question is asking write an essay in 300 words, if you write it in 350 words, nothing is wrong. But if it is asking 300 words and if you write it in 250 words, then you may lose the marks. So don't take the risk. Whatever it is extra, you can write. It will not take much of time. Okay. Then next is index numbers. Yeah. Prepare all the formulas, write all the 7 formulas again and again. Okay, P0, that is price, P for price and Q for quantity. You remember all this formula according to your way, because there is a different method to remember the formulas, but you write all the formulas again and again, because the name of the chapter is only index numbers and the question will be asked based on the index numbers.
Sir, in past it is observed कि in index number chapter they were asked question compulsorily from last exercise, that is application of the chapter, right, cost of living index number, and mainly to find value x, and they will give you CLI value. Okay, yeah. So do you have to focus on last exercise most or second exercise as well?
Yeah. See, they have to focus on the last exercise, but as I said in the earlier for the earlier chapter, if the MCQ is asked, then they may lose the marks. So you can focus on the last exercise, but don't ignore the second exercise also. Okay. Now, as far as the next chapter, linear programming problems. As I said in the beginning, for linear programming chapter and as well as time series, no need to use graph paper. You can draw the graph in the main answer paper only. But please don't forget that if you want to draw any diagram like Venn diagram or circuit diagram or graph, any kind of graph, you have to use scale and pencil and write the proper scale, whatever it is. As far as LPP, if you are not shown the feasible region, then marks will not be given. because if you want to travel from like Kalyan to CSMT, and if you entered in the train which is like Kalyan to Karjat, then obviously your entry is wrong. So hence your graph must be proper, show the feasible region. Okay, whatever the vertices are there, write the vertices properly. And as far as the point of intersection is concerned, please don't take point of intersection from the graph. To find the point of intersection, you have to solve the equations simultaneously. Fine. And then find out the value of whichever it is, maximize or minimize. One kind of question is there. You can solve the LPP graphically, maybe maximize or minimize, and they may ask, board may ask, what is your conclusion? Not only for LPP, for any other chapter, what is your conclusion? So you read the question carefully. So we are talking about linear programming problems. In this chapter, if they ask, solve the LPP graphically, and if they ask, what is your conclusion? Then sir, what kind of conclusion is there? See, if there are 5 vertices, for example, A, B, C, D, E. If there are 5 vertices, and if the maximum answer is at B and D, for example, 150 is the answer at B and D, then the conclusion is the LPP has infinite number of solutions. So that you have to write, because for this particular step, 1 mark is there. As far as mathematics is concerned, half mark is not there, either 0 or 1. So please take care of for this particular chapter, linear programming problems. If they ask the word problem, then you have to frame the problem, or you have to convert the problem into normal problem like maximize Z, then the constraints, and don't forget to write x comma y greater than or equal to 0. Of course, if it is for 4 marks, then you have to solve the problem. You have to solve the problem means you have to draw the graph, find out the vertices, or we can say corners of the feasible region, and then maximize or minimum value. And if it is for 3 marks, then they may ask, formulate like this if the word problem is there. So it depends upon the paper setter, it is their choice. Now the next one, chapter number 7, most of the commerce students, they like it, assignment problem and sequencing. So weightage of the chapter is 9 marks. So they may ask 2 4 mark questions based on the chapter, 1 question based on assignment, 1 question based on sequencing for 4 marks, and they may ask 1 MCQ or 1 objective type of question, or maybe 1 question based on sequencing for 3 marks, 1 question based on assignment for 4 marks, and 1 fill in the blanks, 1 true or false. It is their choice, but definitely 1 problem based on assignment and 1 problem based on sequencing. As far as sequencing is concerned, there can be 2 sequences. There can be 2 sequences. You have to write both the sequences. No need to give the explanation. You write maybe A, C, D, E, or A, B, D, C, whatever 2 sequences, or sometimes there can be 3 sequences. No need to give the explanation, but you have to prepare the table for only 1. Because if you prepare the table for all the sequences, then the table or the maximum or minimum value will be same. So that is for assignment problem and sequencing. It is scoring chapter, assignment and sequencing, and I know all commerce students, they like it. Also they like the last chapter, probability distribution. It is for 11 marks. The highest weightage is there for this chapter. See, if you divide the chapter into 3 equal parts, one is like probability distribution, like binomial distribution and Poisson distribution. Of course, if you go through previous year's question papers, there is a 1 question based on binomial theorem, 1 question based on Poisson distribution, and 1 question based on E, that is expected value and variance. So this is also scoring chapter. So you have to take care of the chapters having maximum weightage. Now the time management. As far as our paper is concerned, 180 minutes, that is 90 marks for maths 1, 90 marks for maths 2, or 1.5 hour for maths 1 and 1.5 hour for maths 2. But due to past experience, many students, they are saying like, sir, mera maths 1 to bahut jaldi ho jata hai. So you can finish maths 1 in 1 hour 15 minutes, but for maths 2 you require 1 hour 30 minutes, that is 1.5 hour, because calculation part is there. As far as statistics is concerned, in many chapters, calculation part is there. Therefore, you require more time for maths 2 as compared to maths 1. So you can finish maths 1 in 1 hour 15 minutes and finish maths 2 in 1 hour 13 minutes, and the remaining 15 minutes, like you can, if you are not very much sure about any question or answer of the any question perform or any objective type of questions, you can utilize 10 to 15 minutes there, or you can go through all the solutions once again. And one thing I observe, most of the times students are drawing the horizontal vertical lines on each paper on each page, so that is not required. Okay,
Extra beautification is not.
yeah, extra beautification is not required. So please don't waste your time for doing this. You can write the proper question number. There is a box provided inside the answer paper. There you have to write question number 1, 2, 3, and I suggest on every page you write the proper question number. Maybe question number 1, you write question 1a, and if you are performing question 1a2 on the next page, then you write there also question number 1a2. So proper mentioning of the proper question number is must.
Means what sir would like to say actually, जब तक आपका क्वेश्चन खत्म नहीं होता, like question 1 is going till page 2 or question 4 is going till next two pages, in on every page on the top left corner there is a box given. State board student may know this, but the students from ICSE or CBSE, they don't know this thing. So there is a one box given on the top left corner where we supposed to mention question number from the starting till the end of question, जब तक आप उसका A part B part खत्म नहीं करते. Now over here in total questions section 2 mentioned 25, the bracket shows question positions. First bracket is for question 4. Question 4 has ABC, 3 sections. 6 marks for objectives, that is MCQ. Next 3 marks for MCQs, true or false, and last 3 marks for fill in the blanks. Then second round bracket indicates it is question number 5. Okay, there are 3 marks question, again 3 marks question, and again last is activity based. There are 3 questions, 2 questions, 2 questions. So in all there are 25 questions, but twist is on next to attempt. We don't have to attempt all 25, correct? Sir will continue with this next.
Yes. So in maths 1 there are 25 questions. In maths 2 also there are 25 questions, but we have to attempt, I mean, we are talking about compulsory questions. 20 are compulsory to attempt in section 2, 20, and in section 1 also 20. And total time spent, that is 70 minutes for one section. As I said, 1 hour 30 minutes for maths 2, but you can utilize your time for checking the answer, or if you are not very much sure about any answer you perform, then you can write 3 out of 3 solutions. But first you focus on, if you are sure on any 2 questions, like question 4a, 2 out of 3, if you are sure on any 2 types of answers, then you perform, and then you focus on the next. First you write the compulsory questions, and then time permits, or if time is available for you, then you can solve the extra questions also. But don't forget to write the proper question number.
Sir, there is one common question arise while delivering lectures. Student ask mainly from CBSE and ICSE ki, will we get question paper in advance to read it? So will board provide us reading time or not? Please guide student on this.
Yeah, see, of course it depends upon board. Board will like declare maybe 10 days, 15 days. It is not, these things are not in our hand. So I'm not the proper person to tell you about this because it's a board concern, and board will declare whether they are going to give extra minutes, 10 minutes to read the question paper or not. These things are not in our hands. Now, I have seen on the screen that one question is there. Most MCQs come from which chapter? See, you have seen in earlier slide, there is a separate weightage for each and every chapter. So they have to follow the weightage. Means for any particular chapter, 9 marks are there. Then the paper setter will decide whether they have to ask 1 MCQ, 1 fill in the blanks, or 1 true or false. It depends upon. We can't say, or no one can say, or no one can comment like MCQs. Most of the MCQs can be asked on which chapter. It is unpredictable. It depends upon the paper setter. We can't say anything about it. Now see the paper pattern of maths practical exam. We talked about 80 marks theory examination as far as the practical examination is concerned, in circulars, the board will come out with the circular when they are going to start the practicals. I'm not the concerned person to tell you about this, but as far as maths practical is concerned, 20 marks practical are there. 20 marks are there for practical examination. 15 marks are there for written examination, that is pen and paper based, and 5 marks are there for the certified fair journal. So I request all the students, if your journal is not certified yet, please complete your journal and get it certified from your college.
सर मेनली एंड मोमेंट पे होता है क्या है, स्टूडेंट्स सर्कुलेट देयर जर्नल्स टू कंप्लीट अदर्स, ओके, एंड इन दैट केस देयर इज अ चांस टू मिसप्लेस इट. सो what suggestion would give you on this?
So apart from this, I'm going to tell you one thing. You have to listen your parents, like parents and teachers. आपको आपके मम्मी डैडी और आपके टीचर का ही सुनना है, फादर मदर और टीचर का ही सुनना है, किसी चौथे पर्सन का आपको कोई सुनना नहीं है. सो प्लीज़, आपका कोई भी कितना भी अच्छा दोस्त होगा तो उसको अपना जर्नल नहीं देना है, क्योंकि अगर लास्ट दिन में वो अगर जर्नल नहीं लाएंगे या तो मिसप्लेस हो जाएगा, तो फिर आपका 5 मार्क जा सकता है, बिकॉज इट इज़ क्लियरली मेंशन 5 मार्क्स आर देयर फॉर द सर्टिफाइड जर्नल.
Sir, is there any chance if student misplace their journal, and will they allowed in the practical examination hall or not?
Yeah, see, of course it depends upon, because you must have heard there is one external examiner and internal from the college. So it depends upon them, isn't it? But see, if you know a journal is required and 5 marks are there, then why you are thinking of that? You must have the certified fair journal. If you lost it, you make it new one, get it certified. Just say sorry to your college teachers. They will certify your journal, because किसी को भी आपका नुकसान करना नहीं है, right?
Yeah, on the next slide.
Yeah, yes sir. So 80 marks theory examination and 20 marks practical examination. For practical examination, 2 questions based on maths 1 and 2 questions based on maths 2. 5 marks each. Attempt any 3 out of 4. So the 15 marks test will be conducted in the last week of January. It depends upon the, of course, board's dates. These things are not in our hand, as I said. Yeah, it may vary from college to college. 80 marks written exam is there. 20 marks practical exam is there. For practical exam, 2 questions from maths 1 and 2 from maths 2. Okay, but I suggest you for practical, please do all the 4. You perform solutions of all the 4 questions so that you may not lose the marks. And sir, which chapters are important for practical? See, as far as commerce is concerned, there are 20 practicals, so you have to prepare all. And if you prepare all 20 practicals, obviously you will be benefited for board examination also.
And one more question, sir. I have heard that there is a best of 3 criteria in practical. If you attempt all 4, in that case, whatever 3 questions getting full marks or maximum marks, the examiner will consider those best 3 questions, right? So they have to attend all 4.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes. Yeah, I tell you one thing. As far as our Indian education system is concerned, the main beneficiary is student. Who are the stakeholders? You. You mean students. Students are the stakeholders. Students are the main beneficiary. So benefit will be given to the student. So for example, if you solve all the 4 questions, and if you get 5 marks in 2 questions, in third question if you score 4 marks, in fourth one if you score 3 marks, then 5 plus 5 plus 4 will be considered. I'm just giving the example. I pray to God you can score 100 out of 100 marks. And I'm not talking about practical, theory also and practical also. You can score 100 out of 100 marks. Now, the question paper wise distribution is there will be 12 MCQs, but 12 MCQs are based on for mathematics 1 as well as maths 2. So for maths 1, 6 MCQs and maths 2, 6 MCQs. There will be total 12 objective type of questions, 3 fill in the blanks in maths 1, 3 true or false in maths 2, and similarly 3 true or false in maths 2, fill in the blanks and true or false type of questions. Now short answer type of questions are of 36 marks, 18 marks for maths 1, 18 marks for maths 2. Long answer type of question 40 marks, 20 marks for maths 1, 20 marks for Maths 2. Now the activity based questions, 16 marks, that means 8 for Maths 1, 8 for Maths 2. But these are the marks with option, that is 116 marks. I tell you one thing, yeah, if you are not very much sure about the chapter like integration, I'm going to tell you which things are important. Actually it is the part of Maths 1. So but if you prepare few types of integration or any chapter, if you feel it is difficult, you can prepare the little bit part from it, because you may lose marks under objective type of questions. So prepare all the chapters. You can focus it on the whichever chapter you like, because there is a 58 marks Maths 1, 58 marks Maths 2. So 18 marks extra in 18 marks in Maths 2.
Students, in short, sir would like to suggest that please don't drop or don't skip entire chapter.
Yes.
अगर आपको कोई चैप्टर अच्छा नहीं लगता, इफ़ यू डोंट लाइक दैट चैप्टर, इफ़ यू डोंट नो, डोंट लर्न कि आई फील डिफिकल्टी इन दैट, प्लीज लर्न स्मॉल पार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, सिंस इन ऑब्जेक्टिव यू कैन कवर इट अप. ओके, सो चैप्टर अच्छा नहीं लगता तो एंटायर चैप्टर कीपिंग इन ऑप्शन इट विल नॉट बी अ गुड आइडिया. दैट विल स्पॉइल योर एंटायर क्वेश्चन. इफ यू कीप पर्टिकुलर चैप्टर इन ऑप्शन, ऑल क्वेश्चंस विल बिकम कंपल्सरी टू यू इन दैट केस. मतलब ऑप्शंस नहीं रहेगा आपके पास. परफेक्ट सर?
Yes, sir. Right. And see, those who feel any chapter is difficult or they are not good in any chapter, I tell you one thing, one example, that if you collect the data of all students studying in any standard, any country, any board, any university, collect the data of students who scored 100 out of 100 marks in any subject, any country, any board, any university, and you fill the data in Excel sheet, okay, and do the analysis. You will come to know, or the result will be, the number of students will be more, number of students will get 100 out of 100 marks will be more in mathematics. So mathematics is one of the scoring and easiest subject. So those who are afraid of mathematics, आपके मन में से वो डर निकाल दो. Maths is one of the easiest subject, okay, क्योंकि उसमें आपको full marks मिलने के chances ज़्यादा है. So prepare all the chapters thoroughly, and definitely if you put your efforts you will get good marks, because in Gita Krishna said कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन. So do your work, don't expect the fruits. आपने कर्म अच्छा किया है तो आपको फल मिलने ही वाला है.
Yeah, now students, we are going to discuss tips and tricks, okay, from every chapter. Okay, sir will highlight all those tips and tricks to you. Okay, please go through it, and if there is any query or any difficulty, please raise your query accordingly in the chat box. We'll take it. Okay, sir?
Yes, sir. As far as the chapter discount is concerned, write the formula correctly while solving problems based on discount and bills. And for any question, any subject, if you are confused whether it's right or wrong, if you perform the answer, don't cancel it, just leave it. On the next page, write the same question number and perform the answer in another way if you are not very much sure. But please, don't do this method, or do not use this method for objective type of questions. That is point number 1. And point number 2, for 1 or 2 questions, you can perform your answer in multiple ways. Okay, more than that, more than 1 or 2 questions, do not perform your answer in multiple ways. In that case, you are not able to finish your paper in 3 hours. Yeah. Then as far as annuity is concerned, the words like immediate or due, to get an idea about the formula of annuity to be used. आपने पूरा साल भर प्रैक्टिस किया है तो ये चीज़ें आपके लिए कुछ डिफिकल्ट नहीं है. बट अगेन यू फोकस, इफ़ यू आर नॉट वेरी मच श्योर, यू कैन मीट योर कॉलेज टीचर्स, आस्क देम your queries or difficulties, so that you may not lose a single marks. Now pay attention to conversions of rates and periods in case of interest compounded semi-annually or quarterly. So you have to take care of all these things as far as these 2 chapters are concerned. Then in regression analysis, write the formula of regression lines and regression coefficients is a must. You have to write the formula, compulsorily you have to write. As far as possible work with fractions, though 1.012, it's okay, but whichever is possible, as far as possible, you work with the fractions. Or like Walsh index number, if you get square root of 1 upon 252, don't take the tension. keep as it is, square root of 1 upon 252 or square root of 987, leave it, because board people want to check what you have studied. They don't want to check your calculation skill. Okay, so don't take the tension of that, but you try to give your best. Be careful about the signs of r, bxy and byx. As I said, if both byx and bxy are negative, then r is negative, so you have to give the reason. In that case, if you get 80 out of 80 marks, 1 mark can be deducted, because as I said, half mark is not there. Okay.
Now, one common question student ask every time, ki sir, in case of fractions, when we start divisions, okay, so till what place we supposed to divide? Are there 2 decimal places sufficient after or not, or we have to go for 4 digits after decimal point?
Okay. As I said, whichever is possible, you can do it. But even if 2 places of decimals, that is fine. Because as I said, if it is 1/2 or 0.5, doesn't matter. But if it is 2/4, then you must have to write 1/2. Or if it is 5 upon 25, then you have to write 1/5. So whichever is possible, you try to give your best. Now, for random variables and probability distribution, the scoring chapter, and many students, they like it. Write both properties of a probability mass function. Learn to distinguish between a discrete random variable and continuous random variable. For discrete random, you have to use sigma notation, and for continuous, you have to use integral sign. So discrete means the values separated by commas, and continuous values bounded between 2 values. Learn Ex and Vx formulas well, because in probability distribution, E is equal to sigma xi into pi or sigma x px, and V is equal to Ex square minus Ex the whole square. As far as the binomial next chapter is concerned, E is equal to NP and V is equal to NPQ. So please practice the problems based on both the chapters, like probability distribution and binomial distribution. And as I said, if you are confused, then you can perform your answer in multiple ways, not more than 2 ways. And this method is not applicable, again I am telling you, this method is not applicable for objective type of questions, and not for more than 1 or 2 questions. So prepare or learn the formulas well.
Sir, one thing in this chapter I have observed while teaching, E of x and variance of x. These 2 concepts are common in all 4 exercises. If it is first one, probability mass function, or it is binomial, continuous random variable, Poisson, it is in all 4 exercises, this concept is compulsory one, correct?
Right.
So they have to more focus on these 2, expected value, that is mean, and variance V of x.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so next one is linear programming problems. As I said, a graph paper is not necessary, and I suggest you do not use graph paper, because only rough sketch of graph is expected. Because if you use graph paper, then it may take more time to tie the supplement and fill all the details. And I think 28 pages answer paper is enough to perform the answers of mathematics commerce paper. Linear inequalities including modulus sign needs practice. Graph paper of LPP or linear inequalities not required on graph sheet. Without shading of visible region, the graph will not be considered as a correct, or the graph will be treated as incorrect. So for the further solution, even if your answer is correct, then marks may not be given, because the graph must be correct, then vertices, and then maximum or minimum, whichever the value, then the credit will be given. So please take care of all those things. Again, one more thing, graph without scale and proper points on feasible region will attract negative marks. So you have to write the scale and take the proper points and show the feasible region or the common region, shade it properly. Formulation of LPP without optimization on non-negativity constraints will be incomplete. Non-negativity constraint means if the word problem is there, at the end you have to write x is greater than or equal to 0 and y is greater than or equal to 0. Okay. Now the most chapter you like, assignments and sequencing. So make a new box for every step. Long explanations are not required. Covering of lines is necessary step to be shown using pencil. So when you draw number of lines and you get the answer like number of lines is equal to order of the matrix, then the optimum solution is reached. So you have to show the lines using pencil. Final answer has to be with the maximum or minimum value. No need to show the process for optimal sequence. Just write the proper sequence. As I said, if there are two sequences, then you have to write both. If you write only one, then you may lose marks. Okay. And then make proper columns and arrows and the boxes wherever necessary. For 3 machines, the prerequisite conditions is a must to be shown and verified.
The last point sir said ki the prerequisite condition is what we are supposed to go for minimum value of first machine, maximum value of second machine and minimum value of third machine. And those 2 conditions are given in the textbook ki minimum of first it must be greater than or equal to maximum of second. And second condition, if first is not being satisfied, you're supposed to try another. The second says minimum of third machine must be greater than or equal to minimum of second. You're supposed to show these calculations. Yes. Otherwise, if examiner gives correct mark, but moderator has right to deduct the marks over here in that case. Secondly, in case of final answer of assignment problem, student fails to mention or they don't write the minimum value or the maximum value. Just they show the assignment ki A is being assigned to 1, B is being assigned to 3. ऐसा नहीं करना है. They have to write whatever the correct answer they are getting. With proper unit, if data is in rupees, write yes. Mention rupees unit. If it is in days, whatever it is, cost sheet is there. Okay, you're supposed to mention unit must be there. If there is no proper unit given in the question, we can write just unit or leave it blank in that case. Perfect, sir?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Now
we will summarize these points.
Okay.
Okay. From what we did from beginning, we will summarize everything. First, student don't have to scribble in case of MCQs. Okay, just one time they're supposed to write that MCQ. If they are not pretty confident, leave it blank, write it later on, okay, but don't scribble it. Second point, do rough work on the last page, that is page number 28, sir, right? Or second last page, okay, for the rough work you're supposed to use that. If you wish to do rough work on same page, draw a column and do it by pencil, but it should be neat and clean, okay. Next point, there is no half mark credit over here like in accounts. In accounts for entries like there are half marks, but not in statistics and mathematics. So there is a chance either you may gain 1 mark or you may lose 1 mark. This is the main problem actually over here. Sir, anything and extra you supposed to add in this?
Now see, please avoid wasting of time on a particular problem. If you are not able to solve any problem, just leave it and try to solve the next. Avoid cancellations as far as possible. Avoid unnecessary beautification, writing or scribbling on question paper. Don't write anything on the question paper except your seat number. Avoid meaningless discussions or talks before the examination. Okay, it may create trouble or stress, tension. So avoid it. Just go. If the paper is at 11, then you have to report it at 9:30 or 10. On the very first day or a day before prior to your exam, that is the exam is on 11th Feb, then maybe on 9th or 10th, you visit your center and so that you can calculate how much time is required, traffic or some constraints are there. So to avoid it to reaching there late, on the earlier day, you visit the center so that you can plan it carefully. Avoid helping others in an examination hall. Avoid taking unnecessary stress at the last moment and sleep well, that is 6 to 7 hours before the exam day. With this, I wish you all the very best. Thank you very much.
One question from chat box. The student is asking, sir, is there any question bank provided by boards or not? I guess the entire textbook is a question bank.
Yeah. See, if you prepare all the chapters or all the questions from Maths 1 and Maths 2, then definitely you can score 100 out of 100 marks. Okay, so board has provided the question papers during COVID as well as for July 24 students, those who appeared for the examination in July 24, then board has provided the question bank. It is available on the board website. but both Maths 1 and Maths 2 textbooks are sufficient. MCQs, one query is there for MCQs. Sir, ready-made MCQs can be asked. It depends. Because it is the choice of paper setter, of course, and it is not the rule like ready-made MCQs or ready-made question can be asked. What they can do is, any solved question is there and they can frame it as, or they can convert it as a MCQ. So MCQ may be asked from the like ready-made MCQs, or if fill in the blanks question is there, then they can convert it into it is as a true or false question or MCQ type of questions. It is their choice, but Maths 1 and Maths 2 government textbook is sufficient.
Sir, one more question is there. Students are asking, this is from 2 or 3 students, ki which topics are important to score good marks. They don't want to learn all the topics for them.
Okay, now those who just want to pass, I think the query is from those kind of students, those who just want to pass. But as far as commerce stream is concerned, mathematics is not compulsory subject. There is an option for mathematics, but still those who have taken maths, and mathematics is very important subject in future also. But fine, those who feel or those who are afraid of mathematics, they can prepare the chapters like logic, matrices, linear programming problems, some part from derivatives, then assignment and sequencing, probability distribution, time series, index numbers. So if you prepare this, definitely student can score 50 plus marks.
I would like to add on this, student can score more from Maths 2, sir. Yes. Right? Starting from chapter number 4, time series, then 5th index number, then 6th chapter assignment and sequencing, then 7th linear programming problem. These 5 chapters or 4 chapters can give them at least 50% marks from statistics. Right. If they can go for probability as well, if they don't like, at least 1 or 2 exercises they can do, Poisson and binomial. There are least number of questions, okay. And question bank, regarding question bank, entire textbook is question bank to you. You have to go through all solved. Yes sir, one question is ki solved examples are necessary or not.
Yeah, see, as I said, Maths 1 and Maths 2 textbooks are enough or sufficient. So they may ask solve questions from the textbook. Whatever the solve questions are there, they may ask, or unsolved questions. It is their choice. We can't say anything about it. But both Maths 1 and Maths 2 textbooks are sufficient. If you prepare all the questions, solve as well as unsolved, definitely you can score 100 out of 100 marks.
One question is for MCQs. Do we have to rely on miscellaneous only, or anything extra we supposed to do?
See, from the textbook is sufficient. If you prepare all the solved examples, unsolved examples, as I said, true or false question can be converted into MCQ, or maybe fill in the blanks, or fill in the blanks questions can be converted as MCQ or true or false, vice versa. So if you prepare all the questions from textbook, solve as well as unsolved, then no need to worry about it.
Sir, but we are getting maximum questions at the end of session. Students are asking, can they ask objective questions, the short answer questions in objectives? Means 3 marks question, can they ask for 1 mark in objective? What in that case? Yeah,
so in that case, for example, if you consider like ax square plus 2hxy plus by square equal to 0, I'm just giving you the example. Then dy by dx you can find out orally, or you know the answer. So such type of questions you can immediately find out the answer, or if you know the answer within a fraction of seconds you can find out. Those kind of questions you can means they may ask as a objective type of questions.
This means they can ask 3 marks or 4 marks question in objective also. That means they will balance the objectives actually. In few questions you can answer in fraction of second, and in few questions you're supposed to spend 2 or 3 minutes to solve it in rough and then write your proper answer. Correct, sir?
Yes, sir. For example, if we take the example of differential equation, though it is not the part of maths 2, but I can give you the example, applications of differential equation. If it is 4 mark question, then you can find out the answer within a fraction of seconds. Like 2 घंटे में कितना बैक्टेरी हुआ है, 4 में कितना हुआ है, तो 8 में कितना हो जाएगा, तो 2 2 जा 4, 4 2 जा 8. So this is 4 mark question, but you can like logically or by trial and error method you can find out the answer. So such type of questions can be asked as a MCQ. But if it takes time, if it requires time, then such kind of questions will not be converted into MCQs, because time, if time permits, or if any person, if teacher is able to solve that question within like 1 or 2 minutes, then only they can ask. Otherwise, how they can ask the long answer type of questions as a objective type of question?
Sir, now question is from activity. The student is asking ki, do we have to write as it is activity given with those fill up, those empty boxes, or we supposed to elaborate? What you will say?
Yeah, better whatever the activity they have printed on the question paper, you write it, and whatever the like fill in the blanks or boxes are there you write the answer, required answer, and either you underline or put it in the boxes.
I guess this student is late joining maybe. He is asking ki, sir, do we have to write MCQ with entire rewrite it or not?
No, only write the alphabet and the answer. For example, the answer is C root x, then write C root x. Don't write only C or don't write only root x. You write the answer along with the alphabet and the answer. Proper question number, alphabet, and whatever the answer is there along with the alphabet.
Again, one more question is, they are asking ki, if we rewrite, sir, if we rewrite objectives, in that case, do we have to highlight it or not?
Yeah, see, as I said, avoid cancellations as far as possible. Okay, but if you are not very much sure, fine. For 1 or 2 questions, you can do it. For objective type of questions, you can cancel it and rewrite it. But as I suggest, don't do it. If you are not very much sure, you can write your answer using pencil, and in the last 15 to 20 minutes, you can confirm your answer using pen.
So question was ki, do we have to, if they rewrite the sentence, do we have to highlight the answer or not? They are asking.
Yeah. For fill in the blanks. Yeah. They have to highlight the answer. Correct.
Yeah, I guess there are no further questions. We can end this session. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us. Okay, thank you for guiding our students. They may score more on your note given or the guidance given by you. Okay, anything you want to add at the moment?
I just say I wish you all the very best. Thank you very much. Do well, prepare well, get good marks, and just remember, listen to your parents and your teachers. Thank you. All the best.
Yeah, thank you, students, and all the best from my side also. Yeah, we are ending the sessions over here. Thank you. Stay blessed, stay happy, stay healthy.